Hey, what is going on, guys? Hex coming back again today with a brand new video, and as always, down in the title below, we talking about today. So I'm not gonna do really a review. This is kind of be like a review of the last episode of Zestiria season 2, and at the same time, it's really gonna be a discussion because I know this episode really it's making controversy, and I just want to start off and say, I believe Tales of Zestiria will end nicely, and I'm talking about the story in and of itself, like the plot point, the main plot point, which was Sawyer becoming a shepherd and going on basically an adventure and getting rid of the malevolence in the world. I think they're going to end that nicely with him versus the Lord of Calamity, of course. And I think that will be done good. I really do, because so far it's been excellent. It's been really good, really fun, really enjoyable, and this show has at least felt like an adventure for sure. And that's why I just think I want to go on an adventure. I think Tales of Zestiria, I really do. This is one of the few shows that I think had that adventure title and actually make the story, the show feel like an actual adventure. And I think it's done a great job of that. And I think the main plot point, once again, will be done nicely. But it's the fact that they're adding substance these last few episodes, which is really getting people worried, right? So, for example, we have the book. We want to know more about the book. Another example, Simone. We want to know what's her relationship to the Lord of Calamity, right? What is Simone's relationship to the Lord of Calamity? And of course, we want to know more about the Lord of Calamity himself. We really don't know anything about him. I don't think we know, like, in detail why he comes. Like, why did he even come back? Was it because there's so much malevolence? I can't even remember if they really... I think they pointed it towards that direction, but they did not go in depth whatsoever. So, yes, there's a lot of substance in, or I guess context around the main plot that's not going to be answered. I mean, and one thing about all this is I feel as if they should have done Velvet Crow's story before this, because I'm pretty sure, I'm like 95% sure, no quote me 100%, but I'm pretty sure Velvet, I know it takes place before this, but I think it takes place just before Sawyer's timeline, I'm pretty sure. So one thing that would have really helped is tell us about the Last Shepherd. Give us some information about the Last Shepherd. I think that's something that really would have helped and would have cleared some things up. But I guess they're kind of, I mean, that would have changed Lila's character a little bit, I personally feel like, because, I mean, she's kind of the one that's been guiding Sawyer, but of course she couldn't just spoon feed him or else he wouldn't become a true shepherd. So you really gotta kind of think, what would have hurt her character? I mean, it could have, it very well could have, now that I think about it. It very well could have hurt that kind of, the way they ricochet off one another. It's like mentor, student. I mean, she's basically tutoring, Sawyer, because Mikleo doesn't really know he doesn't know anything about shepherds, and we know that he's lived with Sawyer his whole life. And then we have Edna. I mean, Edna just does her thing. She's not, she doesn't know much about that either. So when it comes to these questions, I think we're just kind of jumping the gun when I see some people reviewing it and people talking about it in the community, wherever it may be at, whether it's on Twitter or Reddit, just wherever. I just know it's something that's kind of going around, and yeah, because I think season 3 would have been nice, but I don't see a season 3 any way possible, and because I don't know where the video game ends. Of course, some of this is original, so it could extend to that. Once again, I know that now. Could it end the same way last season ended, with Sawyer like losing? No, it can't. There won't be a season 3 because the setup in which they've set up for this big battle. This is it. This is the be-all, end-all. Whoever wants this is either going to save the world or either going to take over the world. There's no in between right now. So I really do feel as if this is definitely probably the end. I'm not probably, this is the end. This is the end. Because if they were to try to reset it and like do another season, it'd be like, I don't know about that. It would not. It wouldn't feel right. It feel kind of like are we going to get to the end, or are we just going to keep going? Even then, now it's like the end's the end. It's going to feel repetitive because they went through a lot of things that they had to go through already for Sawyer's character. What else is there to go through? Are we just going to, rinse and repeat, rinse, wash, and repeat? Like, what are we going to do here, So I think, once again, I'll end this video by saying I think the ending of Tales of Zestiria Season 2, the X2, whatever you guys know it as, is going to have a good ending in and of itself. I think they did a good job on the main plot point, but it's the context, the substance around it that's, I just don't, in 2 episodes they're gonna get through all that. I mean, that means in the last episode, it's going to be like maybe a rush job. I mean, let's get through the fight. 3/4 of the episode, it's going to be the fight. But then it's going to be, the endings to be like really, really quick. It's going to be like, oh, or at the end. We want that kind of relaxed ending. Like ReZero, it kind of had like a relaxed ending at the end. Another show with a good ending. Bunga Stray Dogs, excellent ending for the season 2. It really, it didn't like feel like it was hurrying up to the end. It slowly just fed into, nice and subtle, just fed into the ending of the show. And I don't want to see action then like a minute of like, yeah, we did it, guys. Yeah, we did it. Anyone says hurrah, then bam, it's over. I don't want that. I want some substance after the battle's actually over. And I want the fight to be damn good. This is the Lord of Calamity. He's not no joke, and they just made Simone a dragon. So what, you gonna rush through beating Simone and the Lord of Calamity in 2 episodes? I mean, and that's the thing, there's not gonna be time for context. There's not gonna be time to clear up some of those plot points. I just don't see it unless they do a rush job, and that's the biggest problem with this. But as always, guys, you've been Hacks. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter, X25. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. And once again, I think the ending in and of itself will be good and pleasing to the main plot point that's been, given throughout this whole show. But I think the substance around it is really going to hurt it. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.